What's up, everyone? Shaquille Mahjoudi here, and you know who this is ahead of MLW Fightland on September 13th. She's many things that I am not, but primary among them, she's ballsy, she's a badass, she's Shotzi Blackheart. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Stoked to do this. And before we get to MLW, because the timing of this interview is very serendipitous for me, I live in Vancouver, Canada, and you recently shut down the street. Can
Yeah.
you tell me what the heck happened that you end up wrestling on Granville Street in Vancouver and jumping off of a hot dog cart?
I was scheduled for a very just normal six-man tag. And so we came out and we wanted to make a grand entrance, and we brought green smoke bombs with us. So we flooded the place with smoke, and the fire alarm went off. So everyone had to exit the building. So we were just like, well, let's just take the fight outside. So we just started fighting each other to the streets, and everyone had to follow us, which made it really awesome because people were forced to go to the street. Usually if I take a fight to the streets, maybe like half, maybe 25% of the crowd will follow and the rest will just stay inside and wait till we get back. But everyone was forced to go out there. So we flooded the streets of Vancouver, and the fire department and the police showed up because we're like throwing trash cans and doors at each other, and the police were very confused. So everything was just a wild happening. We did not plan any of that, but it made for a really wild, awesome night that I will never forget.
Did were the cops like relatively cool with it, all things considered? Because it looked like you guys got your licks in there. It didn't seem like anyone broke it
Yeah,
up too fast.
okay, yeah. So I think at first they were just they were a little concerned. But I think one of the refs might have like gave them an iggy, like, hey,
Hmm.
this is just a wrestling match, like they're not actually fighting. But one of the wrestlers actually accidentally hit one of the cops in the middle of the match, and I was just like, oh my god,
Bro.
yeah, I know. I thought we were gonna get arrested right there. And luckily he just like gave him a look and just kept watching. But as soon as I pinned the guy, we started just running because I was so sure that we were going to get arrested. We just booked it. But the cops are pretty cool. I think they
That's
like knew what was going on, and like it's a pretty rowdy street already, so they're just like, okay, this is like the least of our worries.
well, glad the Canadian cops exceeded your expectations in terms of
Yeah.
their willingness to just let things play out. How, last thing on this, how quickly after letting off those smoke bombs did you realize, like, whoops, this is.
Um, so it wasn't until the other team made their entrance, and like as soon as they hit the bell to start the match, the fire alarm started going off, and I was like, guys, we're fucked. But it honestly like made it awesome, and we were the main event, so like, yes, we did shut down the place, but we were the main anyway, so none of the other wrestlers got gypped, and it made for a good headline.
Did you ever get one of those hot dogs, or?
No, but you know what? If I ever go back there, I am hooking that hot dog truck guy up. I am buying everyone a round of hot dogs. If you're on the streets of Vancouver, you're getting a hot dog.
Yeah. All right, guys, lurk around Granville. You might get a free meal out of it, courtesy of
Yeah.
Shotzi. You got this match coming up with Alejandra Quintanilla, I think. I'm doing my best here, guys.
Good
I'm
job.
Canadian. I
Good
don't have
job.
much culture. Um, what is sort of your mission statement as far as your role in MLW, both this coming weekend and beyond?
I came in to MLW. My debut wasn't wasn't as planned. I came in with a broken arm, and I wasn't like
Mm.
completely 100%. And So now that I'm coming back and I'm cleared, my arm is doing a lot better. So I'm coming into this match to like kind of like finally make a real statement. You know, I'm back 100%, and I'm coming for the gold. Like, and I'm using Alejandra as my statement maker, and I'm coming in with like a lot of hunger because I haven't been able to wrestle at 100% these last 3 months, and I'm coming in with a lot of fire.
For those who maybe aren't as familiar with Alejandra's work, like what kind of match can people expect?
I mean, she was trained heavily in lucha, and I think that lucha is one of like my favorite wrestling art forms. It is truly a intricate dance, and there's so much technicality to lucha, and I feel like people don't give that style of wrestling enough credit. But she has that going for her, and I'm not a lucha wrestler, so I definitely got to prepare myself for that. um, but she's great in the ring, and it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm hoping that I can pull out the win so that I can get a step closer to the MLW championship.
I feel like, especially with all the partnerships that are happening in pro wrestling right now, WWE partnering with TNA and acquiring AAA. You have AEW working so closely with CMLL. I feel like it's kind of like helped create some more defined roles for these promotions and what sort of like talent they attract. And I feel like MLW and GCW play a very important role right now, and both as sort of like a landing spot for wrestlers coming out of the WWE, as well as a place to sort of mix them with new talent. How would you describe MLW's role and why it's important to professional wrestling in 2025?
I mean, MLW has always been like one of, the biggest promotions to like stand alone and you know fight independently. So it's also a place that I have always wanted to work at. Even like, before getting signed, like I always had my eye on MLW. So they've been around for a while, and they've made a lot of waves, and they're doing it. Like, they run a tight ship, and working for them is a huge deal. That's why I want the championship there so badly, because I feel like that makes a huge statement. But yeah, like a lot of the bigger companies are tied to WWE and AEW. So if you're not, with either company, it's kind of hard to break into those bigger ones. But MLW still stands alone, and so this is a really important promotion for me, and definitely one of the biggest in the country for sure.
I know you're still looking for it. Have we tracked it down yet, or is WWE still dragging their feet here?
Yeah, they kind of are. They did send me parts of it that did belong to me. Like, I gave them the big skull that was on it, and like the TCB lettering that was on it. So they gave me those. But I'm not sure why they won't give me the full tank back. Like, I even offered to buy it. I was like, whatever you guys want for it, I will dish it out, just because it means so much to me, and it was such like a big part of like my career, and like my entrance is always such a huge deal for me. So yeah, I just want it back, and I know that they're not going to use it. I'm sure like it's in the warehouse, and there's just a bunch of stuff piled on top of it. So yeah, I'm still holding out that they're going to give it back to me.
I hope so too. Now, if we don't get it before the holidays, there is at least another Christmas gift headed your way, and that is a very Jonas Christmas movie. How stoked are you for this?
What's happening?
Yeah, it's a Jonas Brothers Christmas movie coming. Yeah.
Okay, so I love, I love my spooky, I love my Halloween, but I also love Christmas. I love putting up my Christmas decorations just as much as my Halloween decorations, and I love the Joe Bros.
Jonas.
You know what?
I'm so glad I could break this to you.
I love rock and roll, but I also love my pop music, and I'm not ashamed to say it. The Joe Bros are on my playlist, I ride strong for them. So I'm so stoked for this matchup.
All right, don't let Sheamus shame you. You like whatever music you want to like.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure he listens to some weird stuff that he will not admit. So you know what? Don't poo poo on me for being real with you.
Oh god, I'm so glad I could break this news to you. As I was kind of scrolling through some old reels, I came across one that brought a smile on my face. What do you remember about getting in the ring and training a little bit with Brodie Lee Jr.?
Oh my goodness. So that's still a thing that will be happening. I haven't been able to train with Natty because she runs a tight ship. She's a professional. She's like, you have a broken arm. You're not getting in my ring, which I totally 100% understand. She is a G for that. But I'm ready to get back in there with Brodie. He is awesome. Like, he moves so well. And he's what, like 13, 14? He's a baby child. He has such a huge career, ahead of him. I see him at GCW all the time. Like, it's crazy to just like run into him. Like, I just cannot wait for the day that I get to actually have a real wrestling match against him. Like, I'm just so excited to see like how he grows and what kind of wrestler he turns into when he's all grown up. It's really cool to see. Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I can't imagine anyone in the industry would want anything the best for him, but is it nice to see the way that the pro wrestlers have sort of like hovered around Brodie Lee Jr. and make sure that, he's getting the best chance to pay tribute to his father in the way that he would want.
Yeah, that camaraderie is really awesome. Like, he is definitely getting taken care of. Like, everyone's watching over him. Like, I know that he's really young, and that's like really scary to start pro wrestling at such a young age, and also even like going to like shows like GCW at that age. It's scary, but like no, everyone takes care of him. Like, no one is messing with Brodie Lee. Like, he's definitely taken care of. We all love him so much, and he's such a good kid. He deserves it.
Good. As we begin to wrap up here, you visited a lot of them, but what's the top haunted place in the world that you've yet to visit with Scarlett?
Oh, that I've yet to visit?
Yeah. What's on the top of your bucket list?
Oh, okay. It is 100% Dracula's Castle in Transylvania. That is like the number one on our list. Not just because like it's like beautiful and striking, but like there is a lot of history there. Hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years of history in those walls. And I just cannot imagine what we would pick up if we were to go in there.
Last one, with Halloween slowly approaching, I had a lot of people asking various horror movie questions. So I've put together some prompts for Shotzi Blackheart's Halloween horror movie guide, okay?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
All right. What is the last great horror movie that you watched?
Ooh, okay. So recently I watched Weapons, which is
So
by
I
the
knew
same
you were gonna
direct.
say that.
Yes, by the same directors that did Barbarian. Barbarian. Yeah, I really loved that one. It was so good, and I went in blind. Like, I didn't know what I was getting
Same.
myself into, and it exceeded my expectations. I had a lot of fun with it.
Okay. What is one classic horror movie that you love?
Ooh, a classic horror movie. Okay, since it's spooky season, it's pumpkin season, I'm going with Pumpkinhead. That's like my favorite Halloween time movie to go back to. Like, it's just so perfectly Halloween and perfectly 80s campy gore. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, so on that note, give me the goriest horror movie that someone could watch this holiday
Oh, the
season.
the goriest. Ooh, okay. If we're talking like the most like campy gore, and this is just like a classic, like I think that anyone could like love, Dead Alive. There is just so much ooey gooey gore in there, like, and it's all practical effects. So that's like a fun one to go back to if you like that 80s campy gore.
Okay, give me one more psychological thriller.
Ooh, a psychological thriller. What is my favorite? My favorite psychological one, it might be like, I don't even know if you would call this psychological, but Hereditary like really
Oh,
messed me up mentally. Like,
I never want to hear that crying wail again. That was
it's
the worst. It was the
yeah, that
worst.
one, that one like really sticks with you. Yeah, just thinking about it like makes me sick, you know?
Do we have, this will be a bonus one
Okay.
horror TV series?
Ooh, okay, so my one that I just like watch all the time is the Munsters. Like the OG
Mm,
black and white Munsters series. Like that's my favorite, especially like around this time. I just like I put it on just to like have playing while I'm like doing chores around the house. It just makes me feel like nice and cozy.
all right. And the last one, because really these last 5 minutes are for me and you more than anyone else.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
Give me your all-time favorite horror movie.
Ooh, The Thing. Yeah. Kurt Russell is like daddy. That's my favorite. Like I have the biggest crush on Kurt Russell, and John Carpenter is one of my favorite horror movie directors of all time. And that movie just has like the best practical effects. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Shotzi, it's been a treat. I'm so glad we got to spend. And there's nothing I love more than talking about everything but the sport that we're here to talk about.
Right, yeah.
Gotta give you a break, gotta give me a break. But the busy work is ahead of you. MLW Fightland, September 13, you versus Alejandra Quintanilla. If there's anything you want to tell the people about MLW or what else you have going on, the floor is yours.
You are seeing my rise at MLW, and someday I'm going to get gold around this waist, and it will be for the MLW Women's Championship. So watch out, Alejandra. You're my stepping stone.